back to the Pit Stop Ranch. If you are a watcher of Iron Trap Garage, Matt and company over there have built a lot of their hobby and now business around going to estate sales, picking at them, finding interesting stuff that they want to keep and or can turn around and sell for a profit. And of course, this is a big part of their success. Both, it is fun to see, it is encouraging for those of us who aren't as professional as they are over at Iron Trap, to go out and try our luck doing it. So in this episode, we go picking. Didn't record the actual picking part, so gonna show off our had-to-have, must-have things that we drug home from a local estate sale a few blocks from the ranch, and discuss kind of our thinking behind getting them, or lack thereof, depending upon what the case may be. Now, keeping with the, I guess, theme of this video of copying our heroes over at Iron Trap, Matt and company, we picked up this nice heavy-duty industrial air compressor 220, single phase. It does run, it does build pressure, but it's a little slow. I'm thinking we need to change this ratio maybe to get the air compressor to turn a little faster, or I go ahead and upgrade it. Though it is a 2-pass air compressor. Yeah, it is. This is a 2-cylinder air compressor, low pressure, high pressure, and it could probably use a refresh. I will do some. Here's the model information. What I can do is look up and possibly get a rebuild kit for the compressor section, and go through and maybe hone and ring the cylinders and put some new gaskets in there. It actually should be pretty straightforward and simple. So we got this, and breaking with a normal trend of not necessarily sharing the price and just saying whether it's good or not, I will go ahead and say I paid $70 for this. So I think a fantastic bargain. Worst case scenario, I scrap it for twice that. Take the motor off or whatever. You can have never too many clamps. And as we figured out, in the next video coming up, rebuilding BJ's brakes, we never had a drum brake tool, so I went ahead and they had one there, picked it up. This whole group was low double digits or even high single digits for all of this here. And of course, because it wouldn't be truly faithful to Iron Trap Garage if we didn't pull some early Ford stuff home. So here we have is a pallet of mostly Model A. We got 2 definite Model A engines, this one and this one, and then we got a head for a Model B, 32 Model B, or 32 to 34 Model B. The other ones have no markings on them, so they're probably early A's. We do have VIN numbers on them, so we can look it up, figure out exactly what we got. We got this bare block with no crank in it right there. We can figure that out. That has been patched with, or welded on with a T there, so it's truly to be faithful to our inspirations over there at Iron Trap Garage. Here are some early Ford parts that we picked up there. So this whole pallet, we got all this for 60 bucks. The assumption is we might be able to clean up a little bit and maybe sell them to someone who actually is looking for a banger to build. Otherwise, maybe we fix them up. Maybe we just scrap them, sell them as a scrap iron. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If anyone's interested, we got them, and we even have a head gasket set for one of these engines. So if you're interested, reach out to us. We'll be happy to sell you make you a good deal on one of these engines, as I said. And of course, last but not least, the elephant in the room, the forklift on the ranch. I think it's an indication you might have too much stuff when owning an industrial capable forklift. Seems like a prudent decision. Anyway, definitely on our way to reaching the hoarder junk collector status of the previous owner of this. Fine piece of equipment. And once again, this adds another piece to our collection of equipment for doing more than your average hobbyist. And as with the Traco, it came from an estate, and which is a very cost-effective way of acquiring stuff like this. Probably as it sits right now, this is worth at least $2 or $3 grand more than we paid for it. Obviously, that's merely a metric to decide whether or not it's a good deal or not. Now, it does have some high miles, 2,700, or not miles, hours. It's got 2,700 hours on it. However, it is a 3,000 pound lift, 15 foot high. So, those 3,000 pounds up at 15 foot high on flat level concrete, that would be rather nerve-wracking, I am sure, let alone on this broken up dirt. That, of course, said, over the next 12 months we hope to be adding a hell of a lot more flat level concrete. Anyway, it's a propane powered with a gas option, so I don't know how we would switch back, gasoline option, petroleum option. I don't know how we'd switch back and forth. Definitely a nice additional toy to our collection thereof, and I think it's going to be very useful, and I suspect we're going to get a lot out of it. Many times we have used the little blue tractor or the excavator as a forklift, or in lieu of forklift, to move stuff around the ranch, and been desiring a forklift to do the work. We've looked at possibly putting fork tines on the little blue tractor, but really it doesn't have the strength to move it, to lift it, and do what we want. It's not going to lift 3,000 pounds like this thing will. I mean, as you've already seen, or as seen here, you know, we're able to move around a frame and body of a Model A, so we can. This is going to make short work of a lot of stuff that was not easy work before. So I'm really excited about this edition. I know, once again, it's probably more of an argument that we've got too much stuff, that we feel the desperate need that we need this to be able to move it all. Or maybe it's an argument alternatively, or, and this is not mutually exclusive, the sums of the bank account exceed the average intelligence of the assembly. Or otherwise known as more money than brains. And so I guess there you go. We had just happened to drive by when we noticed the sign for an estate sale. However, I have gotten online and looked up estate sales within my region, and they come up from time to time. There's also auction houses which do estate auctions, and I've looked those up, and though I have not participated in one of those auctions yet, it is on the list of things we would like to do in the coming year. It's very low on the priority list, as we've got a lot going on, way too much to go ahead and drag home more stuff and try and sift and sort, but we're lucky that we happen to come across these great finds, or as information comes forward, maybe not so great. Regardless, pretty sure we paid quite a bit less than scrap value on engine blocks and the sheet metal, but definitely, I think we came out all right. The family cleaning out the property, they got a little bit of income. They got rid of a bunch of junk that they didn't know what else to do with, and we got to drag more treasures home. Precious treasure.